Hello NBA fans, every day we have news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan and I'm counting on you to subscribe to the channel and leave your. The Lakers need a high-level defender, and a young player who had great games in last season's playoffs is being considered to come to the Lakers. The Lakers need this role player. The Los Angeles Lakers could solve their perimeter defensive weakness by trading for Aaron Nesmith before the February 5 deadline. Nesmith's two-way impact just helped the Pacers reach the NBA Finals, but Indiana is facing a gap year. Tyrese Haliburton is out after tearing his Achilles, and Miles Turner left in free agency. The Pacers never want to pay the luxury tax and could look to cash in on Nesmith before he reaches free agency in 2027. The Lakers signed Marcus Smart to be their defensive stopper, but his biggest impact will be bringing an intensity that the roster lacks. He has struggled to defend on the perimeter and stay on the floor since leaving Boston. There are plenty of reasons for fans to worry, and it may force the Lakers to make an upgrade before the deadline. Nesmith is the perfect fit. His ability to make shots, defend on the ball, and attack closeouts is exactly what the Lakers need. Fans saw him thrive in the 2025 playoffs, and he would be even better playing off Luka Doncic in Hollywood. The Lakers must wait for the right moment to pounce. Lakers should trade for Aaron Nesmith before the deadline. Jason Timpf loves the fit, but questions whether the Lakers would be willing to give up the draft capital and necessary pieces to make this move if Nesmith becomes available. The Pacers let Miles Turner walk to avoid the luxury tax, but will be flirting with it next season. Indy is likely over if they extend Benedict Mathurin. The front office may have to choose between the two wings and may opt for the larger return in a Nesmith trade. The Lakers are all in on building around Luka after his contract extension. DeAndre Ayton and Marcus Smart were fine additions, but they need long-term answers. Nesmith shot 43.1% from three-point range last season, and the 25-year-old never shied away from a matchup in the playoffs. He is the perfect fit and on Luka's timeline. Nesmith won't be available after this season. Tyrese Haliburton will return, and the Pacers will look to build a contender around him. Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office have a short window to make this move happen. Nesmith could let his defense and shooting shine as the Lakers become an annual contender. LA needs a perimeter stopper if they plan on keeping Doncic and Austin Reeves as their long-term backcourt. They are not finding one late in the draft or via free agency. The Lakers will have to trade for that piece, and Nesmith is the best possible option. The Los Angeles Lakers have work to do. They need multiple pieces to win a championship with Luka Doncic leading their charge. Aaron Nesmith has 2 years remaining on his contract and will likely seek a significant raise. Cap concerns could force the Pacers to move on, and LA will be waiting. Rob Pelinka must make this move before February 5, or it won't happen. It is time to start the calls and close by the deadline. Lakers facing Dalton Connect trade decision after Marcus Smart report. The Los Angeles Lakers added quite a few players to their rotation this offseason. One of them was Marcus Smart, who, after spending his first 9 NBA seasons with the Boston Celtics, found himself on the Lakers after bouncing around with the Memphis Grizzlies and Washington Wizards. Smart has been injury-prone since the Celtics traded him in 2023, as he's appeared in only 54 games over the last 2 seasons, which lowered his value. That's why the Grizzlies traded a first-round pick to dump his contract to the Wizards and why the Wizards bought him out. Even so, Smart is predicted to be one of the Lakers' starters this coming season. Lakers insider Jovan Buha predicted that Smart will be one of the Lakers' starters this season, joining Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton. Marcus Smart's arrival could push Dalton Connect out of Lakers' rotation. What also stood out about Buha's prediction is that Dalton Connect will not be in the Lakers' 10-man rotation. When fans asked him why he thinks Connect won't play, he explained that the Lakers' emphasis on playing a traditional second unit center would push him out. "I think they need to play their best players and it's hard to argue him higher than 10th, Buha wrote. And even if you make that case, that means no backup center and the Lakers likely playing 16 to 20 minutes centerless. If they expand the rotation to 11 guys, unlikely but possible, at least for stretches of the season, then DK makes sense. Buha then explained that Connect could see more playing time if JJ Redick opts for smaller lineups, but given LA's emphasis on adding playable centers this offseason, that feels unlikely. We both had him outside of the 10-man rotation, but we acknowledged that this assumes JJ plays Jackson/Maxey at backup 5 and they play more traditional lineups, he added. If they don't play a true backup 5, DK could slide into the 10th spot. Hard to see him playing over any of top 9. Here was the Lakers' aggregate minutes breakdown when combining my and Tim's projections. Dalton Connect getting DNPs could lead to a trade if Buha's projection turns out to be true, then many would question whether Connect is truly in the Lakers' long-term plans. Connect started his rookie season being very much involved in the Lakers' rotation. In November, he was averaging 26.4 minutes a game, but by April, he was averaging 13.8 points, and it was only up to 13.8 because he played 37 minutes in the Lakers' regular season finale. Buha projecting Connect's role to be even smaller could lead to a trade. It's not like it would be out of left field. The Lakers had a deal in place to send him to the Charlotte Hornets for Mark Williams before Williams' medicals nixed it, via ESPN. Connect may be a sophomore, but he's a pretty old one at 24 years old. A team looking for a sharpshooter, on paper, could take themselves into him since he is on a team-friendly rookie contract. However, the Lakers should only get rid of him if they get a player they know can help. In their case, it would be adding more frontcourt depth. Connect's abilities would theoretically help the Lakers, but their moves have signaled their lack of confidence in his ability. If they plan to trade him, they may be better off doing that sooner rather than later because benching him could crater his trade value. Multiple new Lakers ranked among NBA's most overrated players. These new Lakers are not loved by one publication.s. Sparks, August 7, 25. The Los Angeles Lakers had to improve their roster from last season after getting bounced from the first round of the playoffs by the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was clear to everyone in the organization that the Lakers weren't good enough in certain spots, especially at the center position. They ended up signing DeAndre Ayton to fix that. Perimeter defense was a struggle for them a year ago, so they brought in Marcus Smart to help with that off the bench. Unfortunately, both of those players are being called overrated. 2 new Lakers players are named overrated by Bleacher Report. Recently, Dan Favale of Bleacher Report put out the top 5 most overrated players in the NBA in the last 5 years. Both Ayton and Smart appeared on the list, and for different reasons. The reason for Ayton's inclusion is due to his low motor and his refusal to take more shots around the rim. Ayton's knack for playing below the rim and away from the basket persists, too. His mid-range touch is decidedly above average but not nearly enough to offset abnormally low attempts at the hoop and charity stripe, Favale wrote. Among all bigs over the past 5 years, he has finished no higher than the 44th percentile of rim volume and no higher than the 32nd percentile in the rate at which he draws shooting fouls. Smart's inclusion on this list is due to some ghastly stats he has put up on the offense end of the court. Out of the 155 other players to attempt as many shots since 2020-21, Smart's 50.1 effective field goal percentage ranks 143rd, Favale added. The point-blank finishing has been good. Any positive indicators from the perimeter have proven to be blips. Those stats are hard to argue, and the Lakers are decidedly taking on risks by signing both players. Both moves could end up blowing up in their face by the trade deadline. Neither player has been able to play a lot of games in the last few seasons either. That lack of availability makes these stats even worse to think about. Both Ayton and Smart are looking to turn their careers around in one of the most pressure-packed environments in the NBA. NBA Insider argues LeBron James and Lakers are kind of stuck with each other amid ongoing tensions. The tension in Los Angeles is seemingly reaching an all-time high. Or at least, that's what is shown on the surface. That's because the Lakers and LeBron James are behaving as if neither party wants to work together anymore. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be any options for either side at this time, at least according to one NBA insider. Ethan Skolnick from 5 Reasons Sports was a recent guest on SiriusXM's NBA radio to discuss the latest ongoings between the Purple and Gold and the King. While there were rumors of James potentially jumping ship at one point this summer, the chatter now seems to be him just making it work. But it's been pretty clear that the Lakers organization is putting a focus on their newest white knight, Luka Doncic. The Don has been getting all the press, and has proved his loyalty to the LA team by recruiting Marcus Smart to help the squad defensively. Meanwhile, LBJ has teased the launch of a new Eurobasketball league that would become a direct competitor to the NBA. Skolnick has a feeling in his gut about this, and that's an ending that sees both sides go their separate ways. This feels to me, the Lakers want to get out of the LeBron James business. They want to pivot. He doesn't like to not be celebrated in that way. It just feels he recognizes he is not their priority anymore, and that has created some of this tension and friction, he stated. That's why we've seen what Rich Paul has come out and said and hinting things in this regard. Rich Paul may hint at those things, yet if James were just mad, it feels like it would be something he would happily tell the press. Regardless, Skolnick recognizes that the market for a 40-year-old LBJ is not as big as you'd think, and that means that James remains in LA, at least for one more season. Here's the problem, though. It does seem, at least for the time being, they're kind of stuck with each other in the sense that there really aren't that many teams out there could really have the sort of desire for LeBron, even though he's playing at a high level, Skolnick stated, who then added that LeBron can also decide if he would even want to go to a certain team. But there's only so many teams that would have the inclination to go after him and also have the pieces to make the thing work, and that he would want to go to. And that's the big issue. What we are left with is this, a dangerous situation. After all the drama that the Lakers had with LeBron in 2024 to 2025 because of the Stephen A. Smith nonsense, having LBJ now being at the forefront of more negative news overshadows the good things the Lakers have done this summer. Along with Marcus Smart, the team snagged DeAndre Ayton to help with their big men woes, and brought back Doncic on a 3-year extension. It would be nice for them to keep this as their focus before they go into training camp next month. But the King strikes when he wants to strike. We'll see if this plays through September. Hopefully, everyone is on the same page by then. Lakers may stop short of fully granting Luka Doncic his wish this season. Luka may not always get what he wants. The Los Angeles Lakers and Luka Doncic are just starting a long-term partnership, but head coach J.J. Redick may stop short of granting his superstar's wish of having a rim-rolling lob threat on the floor. They brought in DeAndre Ayton this offseason. Expect him to start and play 30 minutes, but it is fair to question if he fits the mold Luka wants. Doncic recruited him, but the 18 minutes he is on the bench may be more interesting. Coach Redick embraced small ball last season. Jackson Hayes was his best option at the 5 after Anthony Davis was traded to Dallas. That could have been the reason, but Hayes averaged just 21.7 minutes per game from February 10 on and got just 7.8 minutes a night in the playoffs. Hayes is the backup behind Ayton now, and it opens the door for Redick to embrace small ball in the second unit. Luka signed a 3-year extension and is committed to the Lakers. They made him their star and are eager to build a championship roster around him. How will the superstar take the franchise's choice to partially go against his wish? Lakers won't always put a big man on the floor with Luka Doncic. Jovan Buha laid it out clearly on a recent episode of his podcast. Redick will certainly pair Luka and Hayes together in second units this season, but there will be minutes when it won't work. The Lakers have nowhere else to turn. That means embracing small ball with LeBron James or Rui Hachimura at the 5. Ultimately, Doncic wants to win. He will be fully bought in if the Lakers are serious title contenders. It is fair to question why LA stopped at adding Ayton. They could have traded for another big man to ensure they got 48 minutes of quality center play every night, but Pelinka did not do that. Luka is the best pick-and-roll ball handler in the world. He will carve up defenses no matter who is on the floor with him. Doncic's body transformation should only increase his effectiveness. Expect more drives and a better three-point percentage from the superstar. That will result in plenty of wins too. Number 77 led the Mavericks to the NBA Finals in 2024 with Derek Lively 2 and Daniel Gafford playing the 5. Neither of those players is Anthony Davis. Luka Doncic needs a rim runner who protects the basket. Aiden may thrive in that role this season, but Hayes will quickly be played off the floor in the most important games. That means playing small and going against their superstars' wishes. A risky gamble as the Los Angeles Lakers attempt to make him their centerpiece for the next decade plus.